My name is Adrian Cho. I'm an art producer for Mass Effect 2 at BioWare. I'm an artist myself, but my daily job kind of consists of making sure all our artists do their jobs, actually produce the content on a timely manner and to the best quality possible. So I make sure that they're freed up from any roadblocks. So it's making sure the whole production line moves smoothly. This is really almost like the second generation of 360 games. So you're gonna see this huge jump in what came out for launch, and then games like Mass Effect I think really represent this maturing age where the artists have finally gotten used to how the hardware works and how Unreal works. So we're able to squeeze a lot more out of it for Mass Effect 2. There's a space station in Mass Effect 2 that you actually go to. It's a really, really awesome environment, Blade Runner-esque, and it's a space station that's stuck inside an asteroid. It's called Omega. One of my favorite environments is the Omega station. Inside it, I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like that in a video game. It's grungy, dirty, industrial, seedy, the underworld. And so when we're trying to come up with the idea of how Omega should look, it should be really a really impressive visual icon when you fly towards it. We all got a chance to envision, what would a space station look like, stuck in an asteroid. So, we started off with some ideas. I put in some renderings, passed it off to the art director. He added his stuff, and then the really cool thing about our project is the project director, the guy who's in charge of everything and with the vision of Mass Effect, Casey Hudson, he also has a very strong artistic background. So then he really added the final touches to the Omega station. And what I really liked was he was able to extract, I think, from the design, elements that I maybe wasn't able to see. And that was really cool to see the end product. The editor is actually where everything comes to life. We do a lot of VFX in here. We place all the actors, all the set pieces. So what typically a level artist will do, they'll build all the individual pieces here, and then they'll texture and light inside the editor. So really, all the levels are just made up of really simple pieces. And then technical artists, we go in, make sure everything's efficient, make sure textures you're using are good quality but not too expensive, make sure the collision's good. And then we also check out different lighting modes to make sure all the parts are getting lit properly but not too expensively. You basically want to create the best looking game, but without spending too much money on the effect if you don't have to. So it's just creating the illusion of complexity without just smartly building things. What we've done is actually built a lot of high detailed meshes. We can spend a little bit more time modeling these pieces. This is a piece of medical equipment, but sometimes they'll just put this in as a structural element inside a room or environment. And that's really cool because you can offset the development costs. You can basically have a few artists constantly working on more of the high detail stuff, and then you have other artists blocking the general shapes. So you can see a lot of these rooms are just built up with all kinds of pieces, and it creates the illusion of density in the world. Editor is really good because we have a lot of tools available to our artists to tell us exactly where each actor is, all the information that you need to do it. So they can actually balance out a lot of the things as they're building their levels to understand that, it fits within texture memory and object count isn't too high. Shadow maps, texture resolution, texture memory. So there's a lot that goes into building a level. Visual style, the look of the game is very important. I think that's actually what separates Mass Effect 2 from a lot of other games out there right now. And the project director will challenge me and say, I think you can do better on that. Mass Effect, this is better than what you put in. And sometimes I realize, hey, maybe that's a little bit too conventional. So it's great as an artist to grow on a project like this and learn a lot.